Hi everyone, welcome back to the session. I have been discussing about the difference between variable cost and fixed cost. I have already discussed about the variable cost and its cost behavior. So I have given the link above. You can go and watch that video. So in this session, I am going to discuss about the fixed cost and its cost behavior. So what are fixed costs? So basically fixed cost means the cost which will remain constant or regardless of the changes in volume or changes in the production. So that is known as fixed cost. Now in this example you are given the steel factory rent 3000 per month, US dollar 3000 per month. So we have been discussing about the steel chair manufacturing company. So the factory rent per month is 3000 US dollars per month. Now in this table you can see the cost pattern or the cost behavior of the fixed cost. Now you are given the quantities. When you produced 1 unit, you are going to pay 3000 US dollars for the factory. The factory rent is fixed. So when you produce 1 unit, you have to pay 3000 US dollars as factory rent. However, when you take the factory rent per unit, the total fixed cost will be allocated to this particular unit. So still the per unit cost will be 3000 US dollars. As you increase the production to 2 units, so what is going to happen now? Your total fixed cost still it's going to be 3000. You have to pay the factory rent regardless of the number of units you produce. However, the factory rent per unit will reduce. Why? This 3000 will be allocated amongst these units. So 2 units are produced, so therefore this 3000 will be allocated among these 2 units. So therefore your fixed cost per unit will be 1500. It will reduce. And further, if you increase this to 3 units, still you have to pay the rent 3000. It is constant. The total fixed cost, total factory rent is 3000. It will not change. However, this 3000 will be allocated amongst these 3 units. So thereby your fixed cost per unit will reduce to 1000 US dollars. So what conclusion you can derive from this table? We can derive these conclusions from this table. So what are those? First conclusion will be unit fixed cost changes as the volume changes. So once you increase the volume or the production, the fixed cost per unit is also will reduce. So you increase the production, your fixed cost will reduce. Fixed cost per unit will reduce. The second conclusion will be the total fixed cost will remain constant regardless of the changes in the volume. So the total fixed cost is not going to change. It is constant regardless of the changes in volume. However, this fixed cost will remain constant up to a certain activity level. So up to a certain capacity. So over and above that capacity, the fixed cost will change. For example, let's assume this particular factory can produce up to 1000 units. So that is the capacity of the factory where you can produce only 1000 units. So up to 1000 units, you have to pay this 3000 US dollars as factory rent. So that is constant. So 3000 is fixed up to 1000 units or the 1000 capacity level. So supposing if you want to increase the capacity from 1000 to 2000 units, so there you might have to rent out another facility, another factory, so where the factory rent will increase. So this is the cost behavior pattern of the fixed cost. Now let's move on to the graph. As you can see, the vertical axis represents the total cost and horizontal axis represents the number of units produced. So this is plotted based on this table. As you can see, when you produce 1 unit, your fixed cost is going to be 3000, the total fixed cost. So when you increase the production to 2 units, still your fixed cost, the total fixed cost is going to be constant. It will not change. And 3 units also 3000. So even if you increase the production to 3 units, the total fixed cost will be $3,000 US. So this is the fixed cost line. So this is all about fixed cost and its cost behaviors. I will see you soon with another video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.